So my character is Gail, and she's a barrister, and basically what happens in the movie is that, they're on holiday. She's on holiday with her husband Perry, and they're trying to rescue their marriage, and they get somehow pulled into this Russian oligarch's disaster of trying to escape from the mafia, and Gail really doesn't want to get involved, but understandably, right? But Perry really does, and Gail unfortunately goes along because she loves her husband so much. But ultimately, they all learn something as a result of going on the adventure.
I loved Ewan for the role of Perry because he's so boy next door. There's a kind of wonderful innocence about him in some ways still. He's one of those dream actors every director wants to work with. Stellan, I knew I needed a very special actor to play Dima because he's a member of the Russian mafia. He's capable of extreme violence, but part of the story of the movie is Ewan's character has to fall in love with him in some way, fall under his spell. In some ways, the movie's a bromance. And so I needed someone who's capable of going to that very dark and violent place, but also someone of tremendous humour and warmth.
There's often a character in Le Carré's novels who I think is Le Carré, and I think Hector is Le Carré. He speaks the truth to authority. He's distrustful of any institutional organisations who I think essentially he feels are mostly corrupt, and I think Hector feels that way. Hector has a personal reason to be involved in this, and he sees an opportunity to get back at someone who wronged him badly years before. But that is, of course, directly at odds with this other mission which he's been asked to complete on behalf of this young family.
I love that you have all of the thriller, you have all of the action, you have the explosions, you have all of that, but ultimately at the heart of it, it's really about the love for a family and wanting to keep that family together.
I grew up on Cold War Le Carrés, old Russia. But what I loved about this was it was a very, very modern story, and I was really interested in this story of a modern marriage in a state of crisis.
They play like thrillers, yes, but they never play like a Bourne. It's not just sort of endless plot, tension. He enjoys taking time to enjoy this, to explore the psychology of the moment. So his films, his books read like drama often, not just thrillers. And the films, I think, if they're successfully done, bridge the two as well, straddle those two genres.
It's a very modern story. It's a very modern, not cast, but characters as well. They have, and it has that feeling of being an important subject while being also caught up in actually just a really good rollicking thriller.
It has a very big kind of, in a sense, a wish fulfillment component, or what would I do if I was that person? If I was on that holiday, if I had that point of intersection and someone asked me to do this, what would I do?
I want them to be transported. I think that's the mark of a really good movie, when you lose yourself and for an hour and a half or 2 hours, whatever it is, I'm not sure how long the movie runs, but you're in another world and then you learn something as well. Ultimately, that's what all good films should. You should come out having learned something as well.
I hope they're going to love the cinematic experience of it. I hope they'll go on a really wonderful emotional journey, because there's real heart to this, I think. And also it leaves you thinking politically at the end of the day. It leaves you thinking about two things. One is what it's like to be a couple in Britain in 2016 with all the pressures of modern life, and also the bigger political dimension of money laundering. So there's a lot going on in the film. And I hope they'll be entertained. There's a lot of laughs as well as tears in the movie.